Hello, you are welcome to Center for Analytics Services. This is our concept of introduction to data science analytics, machine learning, and AI. So you getting to understand these areas is very critical and important, right? So as first timers to this program, it is pretty necessary to understand where you want to find your career. So these pictures are speaking about the concept of data. So this first one could be data analysts, data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. So this is a brief overview or to help you understand the area in which you either want to change a career or you want to advance your analytical skills in, right? So this comes to ask you a question that now, how do you understand the concept of data science from data analytics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence? So it's a question to ask yourself and find a solution by searching on the Google or browsing on the internet to get deeper understanding. Then right? Okay, boom. So let's jump in and know. Now this comes to ask you a question first as a first timer from non-technical area, mathematics or actuarial science, or from statistical background, right? So first thing I would say is this area is not a bit mathematical complex, but the nature of the job demands mathematical understanding or statistical interpretation. Okay, so let's quiz ourselves here to the concept of data science, analytics, and machine learning. So now let me ask you that. What is data analytics? What is data science? And as first timer, please, what is your understanding about analytics and its significance? So please do a bit of research to understand. If you have any question, please just log into our suggestion box and put your question there. I would attend to all questions regarding your understanding about analytics and its significance. Question number 4: do you know anything about machine learning? Because it's a new area, you are not an IT student, so you may or might not know what it means. Question 5: can you mention any analytics tool and statistical required? Because this is what you are going to do either as an analyst or a data scientist. Question number 6: have you seen a practical analytics project before? If not, if yes, then Q&A, questions and answer. Now let me ask you, and I welcome you back to the introduction to data science, analytics, and machine learning. Quick, boom. Alright, so now the concept of data science or analytics is pretty complicated, not even complicated. They are almost together, but there is a deep differences between these two fields, right? So as a data scientist or data analyst, your job is about data collection, data pre-processing. So data pre-processing is more or less like after your data is collected, you have to process it, you have to edit it, you have to clean your data. Make sure your data is clean, there is no missing values. You make sure you have the required values you are required to use or you need for your analysis. So when your data is clean, what you do is to analyze your data, and after a data is analyzed, what needs to be done next is to interpret your data and when data is being interpreted, now a decision or resolution needs to be made based on the results of the findings of your data. And now any data we collect, anything that we build upon, like a problem we want to solve, that we collect data for, is to solve a problem. So the decision to make is to go and solve a problem with the data you have interpreted, either as an analyst or as a data scientist. If you have any question, reach out. Now, this comes to ask the question that what is data analytics? So let's see the picture here with a beautiful lady sitting before her laptop or her virtual machine, seeing some graphs, pictures, diagrams, right, before her. What does it mean? Right, let's jump in. Boom. Now, data analytics, this involves the analysis and interpretation of large data sets to extract meaningful insight. So basically, gathering data or analyzing data to make informed decision is the role of data analytics. Further, data analytics involves examining, interpreting raw data to find useful insights or patterns. So looking at the woman here, we can see some line charts here showing time series right. So from this time series we can now know that okay, I can't see it clearly though, but if here is if we are to take this by months, maybe from January to December, we can see the line chart, the pattern or the time series of an event. So we see some deep rise, deep fall, rise, fall, and fall to December. So we can say, or if we are to interpret this for sales, right, we can say okay, maybe around this January, February, March, April, this the total number of sales we made, but maybe around June, July we didn't sell much because now we see something short here, and maybe around August something there was a rise, maybe higher sales, and December, maybe November, December, something there about there was a deep fall, right? So to interpret this data, then we have to sit down and ask ourselves or the team that okay, now how do we solve this problem? Because from our sales line chart or time series, it's like things have not been going well for us. So now we can sit down and plan how to solve this problem. You understand that? Okay. So if you don't understand it, please reach out and ask this question, right? So this is to help us to understand the differences between data science and data analytics, so you would know where to end your career. So as a data analyst, you also use statistical and analytical techniques to identify trends and relationships in various kinds of data, like we see bar charts or column charts, pie charts here, stack and tables over here, right? So these are basically what you are going to do at real time or at the job market. So as a data analyst, you help organizations to gain valuable information or insight so they can make good decisions out of their data. So now these are some of the basic business intelligence tools that you are going to use to help push your dream or help organizations to understand their data. So one is Microsoft Excel, but for the purposes of our training, we are going to use Google Spreadsheet, and the reason why we are going to use that would be explained or clearly stated, while we would encourage our learners to use Google Spreadsheet as to Excel. And Power BI is one of the business intelligence tools that we are going to take you through. Tableau is also an option, right? But for our training, we are going to use the Power BI and SQL. The SQL is structured query language for also drawing insight from databases, right? So this is a programming language. We are going to take you through to use this language to also analyze the data. Now let's come to the concept of data science. So is the data science even really different from data analysis? Now, data science requires additional expertise beyond data analysis. Why? Because data science includes the entire process of data collection. You analyze, you provide visualization like we saw over here. So these are called data visualization, right? So data analytics do, and data scientists also do beyond data analysts. So, and you also interpret data to your supervisor, your stakeholders, or whoever you are reporting to. And as data scientist or data science, you use your knowledge in statistics. So as data scientists, because you require additional expertise beyond data analysis, you need deep statistical understanding in machine learning, programming, and specific subject matter expertise, especially in business understanding, right? And project management as well. We have something we call agile methodology. We'll get there, so don't worry. To extract meaningful meaning or value from large and complex data sets. So as data scientists, you usually use advanced algorithms. So this is where you are advancing to machine learning to build models to discover hidden patterns, predict future trends, and solve complex problems with data. So now these are some of the basic tools you are going to use, like Jupyter Notebook, R programming. This a logo for Python, right? So inside Python, we are going to use the Jupyter Notebook. And Anaconda is a complete software package that has so many data science related programming softwares. And this is Visual Studio Code, right? So VS Code is also a light software that also helps you to write your Python codes. You can also use this to write HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and it can also write so many programming languages using this one. So we are going to use these tools to go through our training. So now the concept of machine learning is still around the data science, and machine learning basically means training machines to learn by themselves, right? And with this one, I will not explain further or deeper. And artificial intelligence is building machines to work or think or act like humans or mimic humans' behavior. And deep learning is within the umbrella of artificial intelligence, because machine learning here is a subset of artificial intelligence, and deep learning is a branch of machine learning that we use to analyze unstructured data like pictures, videos, and text mining as well, right? Speech recognition and performing a text analysis, right? So since we will not cover that, that's why I'm trying to skip. But if you have any question regarding that, you can let us know. And now with our 3 months intensive program, the moment you click the start or you start with it, what we are going to take you through is an introduction, you understanding data science and data analysis and project understanding, right? And then we take you through SQL, structured query language. Then we take you through preparing data with spreadsheets, understanding spreadsheets, and now we bring you back to Python programming. That's basic Python programming to do your data visualization, and to do your exploratory data analysis for data storytelling. And with the purposes of our program, we would want to also introduce you to a web application called Streamlit Web App with Python code. So we are going to use the Python framework to teach you how to develop basic web application to visualize your data at the advanced level, right? This would or will differentiate you from any data analyst you would meet or encounter at the job market to beat them down, right? So we want to let you do data analytics beyond the mere data analytics work, using just basic business intelligence tools, right, to be able to deploy whatever you do onto the web, so anyone across the world can have access to your project. And we are going to end at a capstone project, and then you can start your analytics journey, right? So SL with basic statistics understanding, SQL, Power BI for data visualization, Python programming for advanced data analysis, to EDA, that's exploratory data analysis and Python programming. So now we come to the concept of your business understanding. So as part of our training, we will expose you to understand cross-industry standard process for data mining, shortened as CRISP-DN framework. So this basically means you having understanding of the business you are going to work with. And as a data analyst or data scientist, we usually follow this framework to drive insightful or meaningful insight from our data to make informed decisions. So any data you are given or you are going to make analysis of, it was gathered from a problem, and any problem is to solve organizational issue, right? So you need to understand the business, you need to understand what the data is meant for or you are going to use it for, and you have to prepare your data. That's the data preparation. You have to clean your data, right? Now the modeling and the evaluation wouldn't come in because we would not advance to data science through machine learning, right? But we guide you, train you to be able to prepare data, to be able to analyze data, and to be able to build Streamlit app, and you can deploy your visualization with Streamlit onto the cloud, right? So now let's come here, the IGAD. So this also asks to you leveraging data to solve problems, right? So this includes everything from your understanding of the problem the data is intended to solve, right, to maintain the solution in which that data is given to you, right? And this IGAD framework, especially the analyze, you analyzing data, you are required to have understanding of the value of solving the problem at hand and how you can use your mathematics, statistics, and programming understanding or competencies to solve the problem you are given to. All right. So this still adds to your data analytics or the data science journey you will want to pursue. And as the complete data science project or the data science data analytics framework, you must understand the problem. After the data is collected, you have to clean the data, and you have to analyze the data. You have to gather insight from the data. We are not going to build modeling because we know advanced to data science and machine learning and this deployment. But now this comes to ask the question of you understanding qualitative and quantitative data. And the question is, do you even have any idea of data, of qualitative and quantitative data? And the quantitative and the qualitative data are pretty important because it will enable you to exploit more comprehensive understanding, right, to solve that phenomenon or to help make data-driven decision making. So now the qualitative and the quantitative data basically means that having understanding of numerical values and non-numerical values. That is the a strength or numbers, right? So now when you take the quantitative data, basically you understand the numerical data or statistical analysis. So the importance of you having understanding of quantitative data as an analyst is to be able to measure and analyze data using statistical method. This would enable you to identify patterns, trends, and relationships between values, because it is useful for making predictions. So for you to be able to predict that, okay, if today the company was able to sell 10 liters of maybe whatever, then I can say that from tomorrow to the next month we can make these sales, right? Or based on our purchases for the past month, maybe because of this, that we are not doing, that's why we are encountering or decline in sales. So the company should do this or to do that. As a result, we are going to test hypothesis. Hypothesis is basically an assumption. Okay, then I assume that this is what is happening. Maybe because we are not doing this for our customers, that's why now we are having this decline in customer maybe satisfaction or something like that. So let's do this, and identifying the cause and effects and relationship of why your company or your shop is not able to sell at the expected maybe stage of where you would wanted to reach or something like that sort, right? And coming to quantitative data, you exploring patterns and themes on non-numerical data, meaning basically you having the ability to exploit non-numerical data such as text, images, videos, describing, right, data using text. So it is very useful for understanding the context of the problem and people's attitude, behaviors, etc. So knowing what and how to describe your data using text, right? So now coming to the data science process, so it's within the data analyst and data science understanding. So this is a systematic approach to transforming data problem into data-driven solutions. So the first, because any data, as I stated earlier, is gathered based on a particular problem. So there should be a problem why a data is being gathered, and after data is gathered, we clean the data. We make sure the data is clean right before we can analyze the data. So put it in mind, right? So now we can come here and we quiz ourselves why we need to understand data and the analysis behind, right? So now your problem, the problem is very useful to define the scope and the objective why we want to analyze, and to ensure that our insights is or are very relevant, right? So when the data is gathered, how is data even gathered? We gather data from surveys, right, through either market research, customer satisfaction, interviews, right, etc., etc. And now coming here, why, how to analyze data? So now you can use either spreadsheet, Excel, or using programming languages like SQL or Python to analyze your data. And this one, you can see the feel or the facial expression, meaning you are making an insight or you've made an insight from your analysis, right? So over here we can see the basic statistical understanding you must have: your standard deviation, your count, your mean, your curtacies, your person correlation, your ability to interpret a measure of central tendency, your measures of distribution, your how to aggregate your data, and your basic descriptive statistics, right? And as an analyst or data scientist, you should also understand univariate and multivariate analysis. So your univariate analysis means you picking one column, just one column, and making an analysis, right? And multivariate analysis is making an analysis on more than 2 columns, right? It's basically multivariate analysis. So there's nothing different or something hard. Univariate, uni means 1, multi means 2. Multi means more than 2, right? And we also have bivariate analysis. That's just 2 columns, making analysis on just 2 columns, right? And now let's come to the types of analysis. And basically, as an analyst, you must understand the types of analysis. So we have descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. So descriptive means you describing, right? Being able to describe your analysis. This helps us to understand what has happened in the past, right? And the diagnostic is you analyzing or being able to determine why something has happened in the past. So describe means what has happened in the past. Diagnostic means why something has happened in the past. So why, what, and predictive means you forecasting, predicting what will happen in the future, right? Foretelling what is ahead, right? And prescriptive analysis means you being able to recommend the best solution, right? Or course of action for a given solution, right? So this comes to the models of our data analytics training. So we are going to take you through Excel, SQL, Power BI, Python, and machine learning wouldn't be part because we will not get to data science deep there to deploy or to build models. So please, we are going to guide you to create a LinkedIn account, Medium for your article writing, GitHub account, and Waste personal portfolio website. So if you don't have it, don't worry. When we start with you with the training, we are going to guide you to create a LinkedIn account, Medium, GitHub account, and personal website, right? So now I bring you here to expose you to the qualities of data professionals. And as a data professional, you must be analytical. You must be a critical thinker, and you must have also technical proficiency for you to be able to have deep understanding of data related technologies. If you want to advance into data science, you must have programming competencies, right? And you should be able to be somebody who is ready to collaborate and work in a team. So please, and you should be very curious, or you must be very curious, right? And have the energy or the ability, the zeal to always learn. And also you must have communication skills and be able to tell a story from data, right? And now going further, these are some of the not the basic, the required technical data skills and competencies you must have as an analyst, right? And to become an analyst, this is an integral part of your daily life, right? Which should be part and parcel of you each and every day. So you should be able to analyze data, clean data, have basic mathematical understanding, statistical understanding, and you must also have presentation skills. You should be able to write reports and describe a report. And you should have also data visualization skills and problem solving skills. Your role of our training could be an analyst, data scientist, machine learning engineer, data engineer, or AI engineer. Now, to become any of these role or professional, you will determine, or your skill, competencies you have would determine where you would fit in, right? So please be careful of where you want to end your career, and with us, our role is to make sure you become a data analyst. But if you want to advance to data science, machine learning, then you can consult me or Center for Analytics Services, and we can guide you through. We welcome you to data analytics training, and we wish you a good stay, and put in mind that the journey is going to be rough and tough, but with us everything is going to be soft and cool. So we wish you a successful journey, and learn hard, learn every day, because as a data analyst you must be very curious and continuous learning.